When two teams with title aspirations meet, there's never going to be much, if anything, to separate them, and so it proved at United Park. In what was at times a tetchy match, this ugly challenge by Stephen Bradley in just the 3rd minute was a sign of things to come. The home side had the first chance of the game. Brian Shelley picked up a loose clearance outside the box, and his effort forced Mick Devine to backpedal and tip over his crossbar. The water in the showers would hardly have had time to have heated when Stephen Bradley needed it. Referee Declan Hannay deemed his challenge on Billy Woods worthy of a second yellow, and the Drogs were down to 10 men with just 13 minutes played. Dan Connor pulled off a save from John O'Flynn before Roy O'Donovan had a rush of blood to the head. Both he and James Keddy can consider themselves lucky that his leading arm didn't make more of a connection. Hannay brandished the yellow card to the City winger. 29 minutes in, James Keddy, with head intact, swung over a corner. Jason Gavin's header narrowly cleared Mick Devine's crossbar. Although a man down, Drogheda were holding their own against Damien Richardson's side, but the visitors did step up a gear before the break. On 35 minutes, they created the best chance of the half. John O'Flynn headed down to Billy Woods and continued his run. Woods played him in, O'Flynn blasted over, and he didn't need anyone to tell him he should have done better. Just minutes later, City had penalty appeals waved away. Woods, who was having more of an influence, having swapped wings, delivered a fine diagonal ball, which Roy O'Donovan did well to get onto before going down in the box. It's hard to see if any contact was made before the winger took a tumble. The Drogheda bench must have been hoping for the half-time whistle as the visitors continued to put on the pressure. On 45 minutes, the lively O'Donovan set off on a terrific run down the left. His cutback found John O'Flynn. Dan Connor did the necessary in the Drogs' goal. Mick Devine isn't noted for his goal-scoring ability, but he came close to a spectacular opener in injury time. From a free kick deep in his own half, he let fly. His opposite number could take no chances and flicked the ball out for a corner. 0-0 it remained at half-time. The second half was a much tamer affair, but in the 70th minute, City put together the move of the match. Showing just why they're league champions, Damien Richardson's team strung 11 passes together from a goal kick, not allowing Drogheda a sniff, before George O'Callaghan, who had been involved in the move 3 times, had his shot well saved and held by Dan Connor. The game ended as it had begun, in controversial circumstances. Roy O'Donovan didn't like Shane Robinson's challenge, but his reaction will infuriate his manager. As had been the case with his first yellow card, he again swung his arm in his opponent's direction, leaving the referee with no choice but to produce a second yellow. So no goals at United Park, but the hosts are sure to be far the happier side with the point, having played nearly 80 minutes with 10 men.